Hello everyone, welcome to Chuck's Die-Cast Car and Model Reviews. Today I'm going to do something I had never done before, and that is I'm going to do an unboxing video. And this is of the McLaren Speedtail. And this is something I'm looking forward to. McLaren Speedtail is a really cool car. I'm actually getting to the point in my collection here where I pretty much have everything that I want in my model collection, and then the McLaren Speedtail comes along, and then I find out that maybe I do need at least one more model. So I got this thing, and I just received it today in the mail. So like I said, let's go ahead and open it up. First of all, when you open it up, you can see here that it does give you some instructions on how to operate the vehicle and how to open the box and all this sort of stuff. So that'll be useful once I get it out of the box here. All right, now let's see here. By the way, I guess before I open this, I should explain to you, what the McLaren Speedtail is and all that sort of stuff, okay? First of all, this car was basically made as a tribute to the McLaren F1, which is really pretty much my favorite car of all time. As a tribute, they actually made as many McLaren Speedtails as they made McLaren F1s. And that is, they made 106 of them. Now, this car is basically the fastest car McLaren has ever made. I believe it has a top speed of like 250 miles an hour, and it is definitely optimized for speed in by its shape and of course its engine. And the engine itself is actually a hybrid powertrain. It uses a modified version of the engine from the McLaren 720S, which has about 700 horsepower, and then it's a hybrid, so it has an electric motor with like 310 horsepower, something like that. So yeah, it's quite a machine here. So let's go ahead and let's see what we have underneath here. First of all, we have here the let's see, what is this here? This is luggage. So this is the luggage that comes with the model here, so you can put it in the car. So that's pretty fun. And of course, we also have the requisite AutoArt key. And let's go ahead and get this thing out of its container. But I guess what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and unscrew the screws first at the bottom that hold it in. Sorry about the squeaking. How do you like my snazzy Swiss Army knife? I think I got this thing when I was in like high school as a Christmas present, like 45 years ago or something like that. Almost there. Okay, now it's time to cut some tape and get this thing opened. Hopefully all the screws are undone there. Okay, here it is. And it is a very lovely silver color with a bit of a blue tinge to it. And this is actually the color, essentially the color of the one McLaren Speedtail I've seen. I actually saw it in Monterey, 2 years ago. It was actually for sale at RM Auctions, and it went for, of course, in excess of $2 million. Okay, so, yeah, taking a look at this, you can just see the sleek design, sleek aerodynamic design on this car. And you can see also that this is a very, very lovely model, too. Well, let's just go ahead and take a look at some of the features here of the Speedtail. First of all, one of the interesting features is this wheel cover here, and they did a good job of making it so that it does not rotate with the tires, which is correct, and it does have a carbon fiber texture on there if you can see it. Now this here is actually a rear view mirror, but it's not a mirror, it's a camera. It's designed to pop out, when you're driving, but it can be retracted when you want to go into that super high speed mode to do 250 miles an hour or whatever. So nice that they include that in there. And let's see here, you can see all the engine intakes here. It looks like we've got some more ventilation here. And taking a look at the front, yeah, it's very, very striking here in the front. Has that definite McLaren look to it, but it's its own car. Nice badging here in the front here too. And well, let's see if it's got an opening trunk here. I don't know if it's rear hinged or front hinged, but I guess we'll find out soon enough here, okay? Let's see if I can even get it open. This is a resin model, so one of the nice things about resin models is they do have very tight shut lines, but it does make it difficult to open some of these features. So no, it doesn't look like it wants to open, but maybe I can get that open later or something, okay? But you can see here that it has at the rear, again, that very long sleek tail. It sort of reminds me of the old Porsche race cars from the late 60s, early 70s. A long tail like 908, maybe even the Porsche 911 or 935 Moby Dick cars of the 70s. So that's pretty neat. But this car, one feature that this car has that they don't have is that it has some moving aerodynamics here. You can't really do it on the model, but on the actual car, these flaps here actually move up and down, and this part flexes as opposed to having an actual wing that pops up. So that's kind of interesting, and of course just helps with the look of the car and also the aerodynamics. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and try and open up this front end of the car here. Okay, you can see in the instructions that they do open. So we'll go ahead and try and do that once again. Maybe I'll even use the official AutoArt key here to do that. Okay, and maybe that'll solve the problem here. But yeah, like I said, it's just got these tight shut lines, and it just makes it really difficult to open it here. So here we go. Bear with me for just a bit. Aha! See, the right tool for the job. So we've got the opening thing here, and actually we can put the luggage in there if we want, and then we're good there. And then we can also do something else here that's kind of interesting. You know, as we know, as I told you, this has a wing mirror, or the rear view mirror retracts, but apparently, if we want to, we can actually, and yes we can, see the mirror pops out. So you can do that as well. So that is a really cool thing to do. And there's one, of course, on either side, as you can see here on the passenger side. And while we're busy opening things up, let's go ahead and open up the trunk of this car, okay? And so we actually have space for the remaining 3 bags in there, surprisingly. So let's go ahead and put each of those in here. I'm really surprised that it has as much luggage space as that you could actually fit 3 bags in this car. I'm pretty impressed, but at the same time, the McLaren F1 also had a pretty astounding amount of luggage space for what it was as well. So I guess that's another tribute to the McLaren F1 there. So we've got all 3 bags in there. Check that out. Now, unfortunately, the engine doesn't open. This whole thing is one assembly, and it just doesn't open. Oh, but we do have an opening rear spoiler, and what we do here is we apparently push this lever down here to open these. Well, you can see that the amount of movement is pretty small, but it is available. So you can actually move the little spoilers just a little bit on the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the interior so we can see one of the other things that is well, for modern supercars is unique right now, but is also a tribute to the McLaren F1, which is that it has 3 seats with a central driving position. So that is nicely detailed. You can see in here what you've got. A nice dash. You've got even for the 2 passenger seats, looks like sort of a stamped metal footrest there for the passengers. So that is pretty neat. And well, you can see some instrumentation there, and also it looks like air vents on the left side, and also on the right side. Let's see if we can get that in focus there. And then we have the central instrument console there. And if I'm correct, let's see if we can even see it. Yes, it does have some gauges or buttons or controls in the roof as well. So you can see that they've included that in the detail there too. So that is really good to see. Okay, and of course the underside of the car, there really isn't that much to see. It's designed for speed, so it has a flat bottom. It does have carbon fiber texture, which is nice. And so there's really not that much to see on the bottom, except you can see the exhaust coming out of the rear diffuser. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. That is a look at the McLaren Speedtail. Again, a really spectacular looking car. It looks like something from a sci-fi movie. And it's just a really impressive vehicle to see, and also just a nice model to have. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed my review, and if so, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Have yourself a great day.